Well, Anchorage police are releasing new details and a timeline about last weekend's officer-involved shooting on Shore Circle. It ended in a house fire, also the death of a man.
Police say 911 calls started coming in around 3:27 Saturday morning, with multiple neighbors reporting shots, some saying bullets had hit their homes. Chief Sean Case says when officers arrived, they had to sort through conflicting reports about what was going on. Police called in a drone and eventually narrowed the source of those shots to a home on Shore Circle. And that's where Chief Case says the suspect, identified as 43-year-old Micah Bonin, fired his gun from a broken second-story window. Case says a fire then broke out inside that home, turning that scene, of course, into both an armed barricade situation and a structure fire.
Now, APD says Officer Jacob Jones shot 3 or 4 rounds at Bonin before he was seen falling down, and he was ultimately found dead. It's still unclear if Bonin died by gunshot or by fire. This is Officer Jones's 3rd officer-involved shooting. He was also involved in the shooting deaths of Chris Handy, May 13th, 2024, and Damian Dolison, July 8th, 2024. Case was asked about community concerns over that history. He says the hours Jones works is a considerable factor.
It's the time of day that the officer is working. I think we've seen from our 15-year study that about 2/3 of our incidents occur during the middle of the night, which this incident occurred, which is also where Officer Jones works. Those factors put him in a position where he just has the opportunity to be in the calls that may lead to officer-involved shootings.
At this time, police are not discussing what Officer Jones told detectives as this investigation continues. Chief Case also says any video release, including drone video, could be delayed if prosecutors say it's still being used as evidence.
Well, a village put together to treat people experiencing homelessness and addiction. It's now open in Midtown Anchorage.
The 32 tiny homes in a parking lot near Tudor and Elmore are now called Willow Commons. By Friday, they will all be full of new residents. While housing is important, a big focus here is also treatment and getting people the help they need.
Our case managers work with helping them find employment and housing while they're with us. We don't return anyone back to the street. Our goal is, with a successful completion, that means they're going into housing and employment and all of the things.
Now, the city says they aim to address substance abuse and mental health problems that can sometimes lead to homelessness. Right now, the average stay for residents at Willow Commons estimated between 3 and 6 months.
And transitioning now, a nice warm home sounds good as parts of Alaska are keeping their eye on some light snow and some rain.
Okay, meteorologist Bailey Brown joining us with those timings. And Bailey, how long are the conditions expected to last?
Yeah, so we're already expecting to see some of that wet weather moving into parts of southeast by tonight. But before we jump into those conditions, I want to reflect on what we saw last night all across South Central. Beautiful aurora was out. And of course, what are the odds of seeing that again tonight? Well, odds are fairly good. So, yeah, expect that. Active conditions with a 3 to 4 for that ranking. So some cloud cover may affect that sighting, but still mostly clear skies. So as we look ahead, the next big thing, like we already mentioned, we are expecting some of that wet weather to begin to move in for parts of southeast, but we're also expecting some very light snow and even some of those gap winds to begin to move back in for western Alaska. Now for South Central, we are expecting an increase in cloud cover, and with that cloud cover, we're also expecting these warmer temperatures, especially as we approach the weekend. And like I mentioned, that return of some of that rain and snow for southeast, mostly moving in for the afternoon hours by tonight, and even more so expected for tomorrow. Western Alaska will see some of those overcast conditions moving in for tonight and also for tomorrow. And it's all thanks to that low pressure system sitting in the Gulf. That's what's bringing in more of that rain and snow, mostly that snow for the overnight hours into southeast Alaska. But as we begin to transition into Saturday, you'll notice that a lot more of that wet weather will begin to move in for areas of South Central. So we'll keep monitoring that. And of course, your lows tonight are going to refreeze some of that melted snow that we've been seeing on those roads. So for tomorrow, expect those high temperatures in Anchorage in the mid-30s.
All right, Bailey, thanks for tracking all of those details. Lots going on and spots warming up across the state. We're going to hear more from Bailey in just a few. And now we want to head up to Nome, where some people have been reporting issues with the police phone line today. The police department is acknowledging this problem, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it. They've provided these alternative numbers. They're on your screen now if you need police, fire, or medical help. The department hopes to have the issue fully resolved as soon as possible.
Well, both Nome and Anchorage police are warning Alaskans about text message scams. They've been floating around. The messages typically pretend to be from the Department of Motor Vehicles. They threaten people with a fake final notice to pay a fine or have your license suspended, but the provided link goes to a scam account to steal your money and your personal information. So police remind you, do not respond and do not click on suspicious links. If you're not sure, you can contact the DMV directly.
And in Capitol coverage, an identical bill to one vetoed by Governor Dunleavy passed the House on Wednesday, but by a slim margin.
That bill places income taxes on digitized companies like Netflix or a Hulu. Right now, though, it's unclear if it can survive the governor. The House Republican minority largely united against the vote. Republicans have scrutinized the bill's idea, saying the cost would go to the consumer. The majority says it gives the state its fair share. If vetoed, the majority alone does not have the votes to override. If you'd like more information on the bill, what it does, you can visit our website or our mobile app.
And just a reminder, many of the topics Alaska's News Source is covering during the legislative session in Juneau is talked about on our Political Pipeline podcast with Will Courtney. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. You can stream a new episode tomorrow. All right, well, if you want a greener garden this spring, the Alaska Zoo says they may already have the secret and plenty of it.
Yes, they do. Georgina Fernandez shows us what the zoo has cooking.
Every morning,
you can learn a lot by scooping poop.
there's a lot of work to be done here at the Alaska Zoo. Especially when you have 6 yaks. Like these guys, to clean up after year-round.
It's got to be in the hundreds of pounds. I mean, if not thousands.
Just from April to September alone,
She's like dozing in the sun over there.
these yaks,
That's Lisa Marie.
all 6 together, make nearly 14,000 pounds of manure. Those warm presents left behind, a hot commodity.
And it turns it into this really fine fertilizer.
And staff members don't waste a single scoop. And all that nearly 14,000 pounds of yak poop gets placed into bags like this. Now this is, oh my goodness, roughly 20 to 25 pounds worth of yak poop that folks can use to fertilize. As the zoo packs it up every day and gives it out, first come, first serve. This free souvenir.
We've seen some people exchange words in the parking lot over the bags. It's funny, not funny sort of thing, but it's, I get that it's a hot commodity. Not a lot of yaks in Anchorage.
That yak manure, a hot ticket item, as yaks digest food, similar to a cow.
They ruminate it, they turn it over, so it's about half composted when it comes out the other side. So gardeners really like it for their garden. It's really well composted fertilizer.
Making it an ideal addition to someone's spring garden and one less bag in the zoo's dumpster. One person's trash,
Oh, I just love that people come and take it from us.
literally another person's treasure. Georgina Fernandez, Alaska's News Source.
Hot commodity. Hot commodity. People getting into it in the parking lot.
I know.
over this.
That's crazy.
That is incredible. Share
And
the love.
fertilizer
Share
is
the manure.
expensive.
It is.
It
It can be a little pricey.
yeah.
You get a
we
free
don't
bag.
judge. We listen and we don't judge.
We don't judge. Get
Yeah.
over to the zoo. If you want that free bag of yak manure, be kind to each other, please.
Please.
In the lower lot of the Alaska Zoo, it's near the greenhouse.
The zoo says just look for a yak sign, and they tend to put it all out in the late morning.
Ooh, all right, late morning. Writing that down. All right, now manure. That's not your first choice. How about making your way to the local library? Not sure about that transition. 3 locations. Okay, here we go. Seeds for Gardeners. The Eagle River, Mountain View, and Girdwood branches. They have seed libraries.
Yeah, seed libraries. So you can grab some veggie, plant, or flower seeds, as well as some books while you're there. The library says it's a great way to try out different varieties. And if you're already a successful gardener, you can help out.
If you're somebody who saves your seeds from plants, or harvests your seeds, I should say, from plants and vegetables that you have grown, you can bring those in and sort of donate them for somebody else's use.
Love that. So for those in Girdwood, please remember the card catalog. That's what will be used for the seed library. Add a little nostalgia. Remember the whole card catalog.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.